Again, so after a cutscene and checking your wounds, which is what I did, we'll wake up on the Ravaged beach. The only NPC close to us is Shadowheart. Now, technically speaking, I haven't been here without saving her, so maybe there's a chance of her not being there, but she seems integral enough to the story that she will be. We are going to continue trying to just make sure we look at everything.
Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere near.
Note that there are sometimes things that won't even appear when you are pressing Alt, so you got to be careful of that.
No.
Now, when it comes to this, if you try reaching for the artifact, because it's a game, like in basically every movie, if you go for the artifact, she is going to wake up and she is going to see you. So we're just going to go ahead and wake her up. Unless you really don't want her in your party.
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible? I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing. You might want to reconsider calling her a friend. Looks like she ran off without us. First things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
Yes, monsters that we need to have removed.
We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
Oh, it'd be nice when she wants to be. Or more accurately, when she wants something.
One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Monster in our head's going to give us powers. Don't know if I'm going to take one up. Right, so we are now officially on the beach. I'm going to make a hard save so that I have a Ravaged beach save. And then we can continue. Now, first order of business, we want to get up to 4 party members as quickly as we can. The Githyanki lady is close enough by, and there is a thief we're going to want as well. That's the first time I remember seeing a violin here. I guess it's a 14. I guess we'll take, like, we are poor, destitute right now, right? In fact,
No traps, please.
so let's just make sure we are looking around. I don't want a floppy hat. Flick cowboy hat, that's kind of cool. Where's that pouch? Healing potion. Now then, let's take a look and make sure we have healing potions on everybody. Yes, we also have leveling up. Excellent. This is where we get to start doing cool stuff with the character. So we get to pick a new spell now. So we already have the Frost one, which means we could go with the shield. Now, I've just been informed fog works out of combat and allows us to steal things. So we're going to test out fog. This could be pretty funny. And then we definitely want Twinned Spell. We're going to take a look at this very soon. And then we probably want Distance Spell. So this is very good if you have some spell points left. We'll talk about spell points in a second, because we haven't spoken about those yet. And we just need a bit of extra range. This is going to allow us to basically double up a spell. It's not quite the same as casting a spell twice. But basically a spell that targets a single enemy, such as the Ice Knife we got, will be able to be cast upon a second enemy, which is kind of nice. There are going to be a few enemies we'll be coming across soon. We're going to attempt to group them together, and then we're going to whack some Ice Knives on them, because Ice Knife is an interesting ability because it has single target damage, which means we can cast it with the Twinned Spell ability, but also it has an AoE after it hits, which means we can double up on that AoE damage if we can group the enemies up nicely. I just collected some fish there without explaining something, but that's fine. We don't want to go in there yet. We're going to wait for a moment. Probably cast that on those two right there. Look, bam, bam. That would be easy. So we want to make sure we are looting the whole beach. Being reassured that the choices we made are the best ones. We've got some fish. So I keep on forgetting to show you guys. You can see here we have camp supplies. So basically, to be able to fully recover everything, so let's say I've used all of my spell points, my spell slots, all this stuff here that we need to actually operate. We need 40 of that to restore everything on a rest, okay? So we definitely want to be getting things that give us camp supplies. I don't think I care too much about a bottle of water. Keep on having a looking around everywhere. Grab all of the alchemy stuff. You never know. When you want to craft stuff later on, make some potions. This will come in handy. So, we need to make sure we check everything. We've got some barrels here. Let's take a look. Nothing. Ooh, we have some thieves' tools. We have a thief coming soon. They'll be able to use those. Very nice. It's effectively like lockpicks in any other game. Now, we can't go through this door yet. You actually have to open that from the other side, but ultimately don't think that door's even worth opening, so we probably won't do that. Dagger route. Our first fast travel point. So now if we open up the map, you can see we have overgrown ruins. If I was to click this, fast travel to it. Obviously it doesn't really make any difference to us right now, just worth knowing. Actually pretty smooth when you think about how quick that was. Okay, so before we leave the beach, and we've gone along a good amount of the beach, as you can see. First up, we want to make sure we level up our cleric here. We don't want to be running around when we could be stronger than we are. So, with all that done, cleric is leveled up now. We can move on over this way. Now, realistically, we want these to be gathered up, and we want to get the first strike on them, okay? So,
what now?
We are going to attempt to be nice and stealthy here. Oh, what's that doing? Let's be hidden. Now, you can see the sunrise there. When you're in certain spots, there means we're like partially hidden. There means we're not hidden at all. It's just allowing us to get nice and a bit close. Right now we're just in the ditch. And we're going to attempt to put an illusion over there.
Let's get in and out.
Which is perfect, right? So right now, what we can do is enter turn-based mode. Right, we can test our range a little bit. See, these are in range. We've definitely got advantage, right? So this is going to work. Real nice. And then we're going to go ahead. We are going to twin spell. And we're going to have this bad boy here. We're going to go for you. I'm going to go for you. It's going to let me. Come on. Why don't you let me do it? Maybe we'll move up a little bit.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Why don't you let me do it? Okay, so slightly risky if this goes incredibly wrong, but they still don't seem to have spotted me, which is fine. So right now we're going to go ahead, get in. Just turned out that my thing was interrupted, so it should all be active. 2 projectiles, right? We're going to like smash and smash.
One strike could be lethal.
Nah, that's unlikely going to get me 1 strike. Have I still got a cast available? I have. Because it counted as a sneak attack. That's great. Right. Where's the one more? Now, before this continues, because Shadowheart here isn't considered in the combat yet, Where are you?
Another fight. Let's go.
Up there.
I can't afford to fail.
Now this is probably one of the broken things, right? Because if one of them's not in the combat and you can get in a good position, you can get the jump on them real easy. Because that can't move now, right? It's stuck there. So if you had an assassin snuck around the back of it, can't reach it then. It's gonna have to come to us, because if it sees me. Although, we can edge right around it, look. Hilarious how you just lock it in. It's so broken. How much health is that? 9 to 15. We can do a little bit of damage to it if we want. So we're gonna shoot to get an attack in, just to get it finished. She's now involved in the combat. It's fine.
Survival is all that matters.
So we already used our spell. Go ahead and turn. She's obviously already used her spell. It's fine. Go ahead and turn. We should end up with a flawless victory at this rate. Right. It's going to be unlikely that it gets to attack me. Now, something to note is, you see here, right? You can see how far we've got to move. It's unlikely to be able to move any further than that. If we stayed where we are, we could tempt it into trying to do something like a dash, which is kind of tempting, actually. Let's have it dash towards us, and then I'm going to go towards it and let it have a free attack. Like so, right? So it's going to run at me because it's got no choice. And again, fireball. And we can go, haha, I'm fast because I'm a wood elf. Catch me if you can. So it has to dash for me. It can't, like most enemies in the game are not going to be able to keep direct pace with us. We'll call that a minor victory.
Despite everything.
So then, as with everything else, we're going to go ahead, we're going to loot everything we can find. Because we are loot-aholics. Loot-aholics. We actually got a cerebral. It's the first time I've had one of those drop. But obviously, we just need to tick no now. I don't think we have many spell points left. We only start with 2, and we burnt 1 on twin spell. So we should still have 1 left, which is good. It's a nice cheap way of getting that extra damage in. Yeah, well, Wild Magic Surges are fun, I think, yeah. I think it makes for an amazing playthrough. Then to the top, got some more looting up here. Dead mind-flayer. Now, through the other side of the ship is going to be the steering. Can we go through this way? Is this where the trapped one is? Can't tell. So looking pretty good. Really pretty good. We're going to come out this way. Always tickle the map. The cool thing is, right, if you want to, like, even if you want to be quick, this has to be one of my favourite things, is I can click there, have the map up, everything's still moving, I can check that I've, like, been around everywhere I want to be on the map. We have this area here, look, maybe we can go and take a look at. It's not really the survivability that makes me want to go for the Draconic. It's the application of your charisma stat to damage. Take the rapier. I don't need it. How many markers can we have on the map? Can't get in there yet. Soon, though. Soon. Where is he? Can't see the boy. I'm sure he's up here somewhere. So I really want to get over there where that black is. But for now, the most important thing is to fill the party. We need 4 party members. So let's continue with that as being the main task for us right now. Look at that, we can get down here. Or at least it looks like it. Have to jump though. What kind of jump are we looking at? I mean, it doesn't hurt. Let's go. Usually if it doesn't hurt, that means you can jump back up as well. That obviously is going to need a pickaxe or something.
Deep grooves in the mud around that rock.
I need some help.
Scuffed rock. We probably need something to dig over here. I haven't been over here before actually. I haven't noticed this lower bit before. It's my friends currently that are spying on me as I record for you. They're making sure I grab everything. I'm joking. Right, we're gonna have a go moving this rock. I've been told can't be. I don't want to add it to inventory. I want to move it. I don't have enough strength to move it. Why can't I move it? Right click and drag. There we go. Haha. There we go, nice. Okay, so after getting ourselves the loot down there, after realizing how we actually move these things, we can now make our way to Asterion, who's also been on the ship, come out of a pod. I don't think there's loot up here. I come up here every time and don't find anything. It's probably a nice vantage point. Have a look around, but... Now, if you have high perception, I don't think I do, because you need wisdom for perception, you can catch this guy out, but it's fine. You have good dexterity anyway. Also a good time for a fast save.
In the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
Let me know which option you picked at this point.
I was hoping for a kind soul. Well, not to worry.
Now we should have good dex, so let's go. We also have bonuses, like guidance, because we have a cleric with us. Oh, look at that. Now don't worry, if you fail, you're not going to die. It's just kind of fun to get the win.
I saw you on the ship, strutting about whilst I was trapped in that pod. What did you and those tentacled freaks do to me?
You have it backwards.
I'm not an idiot. I saw... Ah!
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on? The worm. Of course. That explains things somewhat. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies. Indeed we are. Please, allow me to introduce myself. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me. Is that so? We clearly move in different circles. So, do you know anything about these worms? turn us into... Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect? Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time. Well, yes, of course. But first things first. You know, I was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know. All right. I accept. Lead on.
Oh, and then there were 3. We get to continue on now. Okay, so now that we have Asterion, we can continue along. Now, if we go along this road, we should come across a trapped mind-flayer. I don't think we get anything at all out of interacting with it, so we're just going to execute it on the ground. There's no mercy from Joe today. Excuse me. Excuse me. Fire. We ain't having none of your crap today. That thing has swallowed my face before, and I'm not letting it happen again. So whilst we're in here, make sure we're having a look around. I think there's a chest in here, actually. My gut tells me there's a chest in here. A little further down. I think this goes towards where we came from. Through the ship, yes. But let's get the map uncovered, because that's a good idea. Right, let's keep things on the go. Mindful. There's another exit there. Look, we'll go and explore that in a moment. Oh, look. Potion of speed. Yes, here we are back to where we were. Very nice, very nice. Yes, let's take a look at the map, see where we want to go next. I don't know if there's a way round to this bit. But we probably should come up this way. This is where we're going to find Lae'zel again, so... my right, which is up there. That's where we want to go. Oh, we're going to find Gale here. We're going to find ourselves a wizard. So if you're playing a... if you are following along and you're playing a class... there's no caster and you don't have one yet. Here's where you're going to be able to get one. I am tending to run one caster at the moment. Maybe that'll change as we go forward.
Glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
So of course this guy's going to stick his arm out at you. Sorry about the skip. We are going to want to Sorcerer this, because this is going to make it easier for us. We're not exactly strong, so let's use our mind power to our advantage. Just. Sometimes it's a little too close. Really should have quick saved before that.
Whatever you're doing is working wonders. Now a quick little pull should do the trick. Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. I'm usually better at this.
I wonder if there's a water shallow. Yes, very bad at introductions, you are.
Magic. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking.
I do like Gale as a character.
You're on
I
the
might
wall as
respec him.
well.
I was, yes.
And I can only assume you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region.
Couldn't phrase it more repellently myself. Go on.
The insertee we speak of, this parasite, are you aware?
Yeah, I don't class a cleric or a paladin as a caster. I know they cast abilities, but
it's a process known as
they're still up from
and
combatants
let me
in big
assure
armor.
you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them.
I possess many gifts.
Established few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together?
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Most excellent. A parasite shared is a parasite halved, or something to that effect. Oh, but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. For I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
Cool. So we're officially on 4 characters, which is amazingly superior to 2. Let's get some leveling up done. Now, always auto levels for me. We could add class. I don't know when you pick the subclass of the rogue, because he always ends up going into the arcane trickster. I don't want him to. This guy is usually really good as my assassin, so that's what we're going to have him into as quickly as we can. So we want him to have 2 daggers in his hands and a bow on his back. He doesn't really want to be in the front line of combat. He wants to be sneaking around, maybe jabbing things when they're not looking. That is the plan. But also, he's able to use thief tools, so we're going to go ahead and pass those over to him right now.
At least things have stayed interesting.
This is a good thing to have in his tool belt, so make sure it's along here. Like so. You'll also note that I haven't spoken about a lot of the stuff that's in here, have I really? It just hasn't come up yet.
I applaud your taste.
Go and level up our wizard. We have some new spells to get with him, do we? I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. Does he already have? Doesn't say what spells he already has. I guess if he doesn't have this on, he probably wants it. And probably shield. Should dark top something. Okay, we'll have a look at that again in a second. Right then, so with that done, we could continue this road along, I believe. Where's my map? And it'll come back to the ruin. We really do want to have
Of course.
Lizana back in the pot. This is I don't think this is an ideal way to fight, because you'd have to be tanking with your healer all the time, and that's just a bit that's a bit messy for me. So we're going to head up to the north. Now then, if we start this as a combat, they end up like coming down here. I'm going to do my best not to hurt these, because I don't know exactly what it is that upset the tieflings on me last time, but I did kill these in my last playthrough, so it could have been these.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
I still don't know it all. Right, so let's go with... I've actually got the wrong person here. This is the problem with having the wrong person selected sometimes. Let's go with Persuasion. That looks like the best idea right now. Guidance on there. Oh, it is only a 5. That's going to be good.
He's right. No one's safe if that thing goes loose. Not even us.
Danaes?
Enough. Lower the trap. Ready your blade.
You've but one chance. Join me or die.
Oh, do we have to start season? I didn't realize that's what I was going to do. This could be bad. Is it me first? All right, okay.
Can't slow down.
Flames. Probably wasn't the right thing to do, really, but it was fun.
I miss this.
Range attack. I just used the persuasion route. And then they decided that happened to be the bad way. It's because I had him selected. I didn't have enough bonuses. Unfortunately, we're going to have to fight them. Hopefully there'll be no witnesses. That's not over. Nah, I'm alright. Not again. If it goes wrong again, we'll just have to continue it. It's interesting she fights on her own.
Focus, strike true.
Excuse me.
Take two.
Death is but a word away.
Ooh, he's threatening, isn't he? I thought I selected. I'll have to select his spell, didn't I? That's why. I need to change his spells. Done. I don't really want to waste that. So we're going to go with some fire, which did very little.
Let's spill some blood.
Just because I'm going to side with... Why is she attacking me? Is that because she doesn't like her? Is she picking a fight because she doesn't like the cleric?
May the dice roll in my favor.
They're resistant to fire. Oh yeah, of course. I don't really want to do ice knife because it's going to hit my guys. Magic missile it is. You asked for
The
it.
tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes.
So yeah, just because I'm kind of gonna let the emerald blade continue to exist, doesn't mean we're gonna be good guys.
She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
You are full up. Dismiss your weakest warrior.
Very well, but heed my words.
The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there.
A crash.
I will be at...
So, with that done, obviously we'll skip through a little bit because we are on a long time on the actual recording time here. So we're going to go ahead and loot these guys for anything we need. I can't wait light on, but it's going to do absolutely nothing for me. In fact, I'll probably make it go down. We do need a bow or Shadow Heart. She doesn't have one right now.
Wits and blades always
And it's
sharp.
better than not having one. Although after finding out the crossbows are better, we may just switch to those as I find them. A second dagger. I don't know how much I care about actually Assyrian having a second dagger. It is useful, but he doesn't need it. We have a bow, and Lizana will have a bow. So the next thing we're going to do is take a rest. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, click the go to camp option here, and that's what we're going to pick up in the next episode.